Hi everyone, so today I'm going to do a review of the Lena Cup Small. Um, I always kind of get a little bit jumbled when I'm doing these. I'm going to try to go in order and make sure I cover everything. So when you order the cup, in the US you have to order the cup from Amazon.com. I ordered mine last June or July, I think, in 2015. It comes in a pretty small box, just the box is just big enough, maybe about this big, to fit just big enough to fit the cup. And there's a little cotton pouch. They have a few different prints. There's this floral print, a stripe print, maybe one other one now. And then this is the cup. So the cup has a stem when you buy it. I removed the stem because I have a very low cervix and the stem would have been sticking out. The stem was a tab stem with maybe 3 or 4 grips on it. I can't remember right now. About maybe as long up to my knuckle here. So to give you the dimensions on the cup, I will put the exact dimensions in the description box, but it's about 47 millimeters long without the stem and 41 millimeters in diameter. As you can see, it only comes in this pink color right now. I don't know if they have plans to introduce any other colors. The base has grip rings, so you can see 3 grip rings here, and they're good grip rings. You can kind of hear the sound there. There are 4 suction release holes, so there's 2 close together on one side and then 2 close together on the opposite side, so they're not evenly spaced, right? So these 2 are further apart than these 2. There's no writing on the cup, no measuring lines, except that Lena is embossed. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but embossed on the inner rim here. There's no, like you can see, there's no, like the rim isn't very prominent. It's just a kind of gentle flare from the rim to the body of the cup, and then the base of the cup kind of flares out. There's a little kind of extra bulbousness here, and then it goes down to the base. This is what you call a bell-shaped cup, as opposed to a V-shaped cup. It's kind of short and squat, and it's wider at the base than most cups are. Like say for instance a Diva cup, or I personally think a lunette is pretty narrow at the bottom. So this is the bell-shaped cup. So my thoughts on the Lena. I absolutely love this cup. I don't use it as much as I used to because I've kind of gotten into the routine of using a ruby cup on light days and my super genuine heavy days. But before that, I would have called this my Goldilocks cup. I think it's still fair to call it my Goldilocks cup, just because if I only had to have one cup that I could use every day, or rather I should say this is the only cup I can use every day of my cycle. It is short enough to use comfortably on a light day. It goes all the way into my vagina. There's no stem, so I don't have to worry about any irritation. Those times when my cycle is light and my vagina is drier. On a heavy day, it actually gives me a really good capacity. So the capacity is 25 milliliters, which is about 5 mils more than the average small cup. And because of the extra flare in the base here, I think for me having a low cervix, even though my cervix is in the cup, the extra room in the base means I still get a decent capacity. So I really like the cup. I don't have any trouble using it. It's very reliable. One of the great things about how the Lena is designed is that the base is pretty firm, but the rim is softer than the base. You can't really tell from the video, I don't think, but that for me that makes a huge difference with insertion and removal. So I usually use the punch down fold. I do the punch down fold upside down. So I insert like this. Sorry, my hand is broken. I insert like this so that when the fold opens, it doesn't hit my urethra if it does. But the great thing about the Lena is that the base being firm means that the rim will pop out from the fold, but the rim being soft means that it doesn't hurt when it opens up, which is really, really great. And then it also doesn't hurt when you remove it. So some people kind of do this to remove, like they go up and pinch the cup and then pull it down like that. I have never been able to do that. I just can't get my hand in the right angle. So what I do is pinch the base and then kind of wiggle the cup down, and then half, and then the other half. So for me, having a rim that's soft makes that so much easier to do and so much less uncomfortable. So the Lena is really great for that. So overall, I really like the Lena cup. The price is very reasonable. Full price is $25. on Amazon.com, and there's usually a coupon line around. I'll add the link below that for the coupon that I use, and if I get this up in time, um, they have a sale happening this weekend on their 2-pack. They just launched a 2-pack, and they're offering 40% off right now until I think Sunday. So I'm filming on Thursday, and it still goes until Sunday. So if you are on the fence about the Lena cup, I highly recommend it. The cups that I used before the Lena, so if maybe if you use these, you know if the Lena might work for you. I used a Diva cup. It was too long. I used a Lunette, a Diva cup size 1. I used a Lunette size 2. It was too long and too firm. I used a Spoon cup and liked it a lot, a Spoon cup size 2. And then I used this. And this, to me, I think I described this at some point as the perfect hybrid between a Spoon and a Lunette. And for me, that's because it has kind of the overall shape of a Spoon, like the same kind of gentle flare, kind of wide base, but it had the firmness of the Lunette 2, or close to the firmness of the Lunette 2. Then it's a special thing, which is the soft rim. So for me, this had all the things that I liked about each cup. And then if you like the Lunette stem, it had the Lunette stem, similar because it was a tab stem. So I highly recommend the Lena. I think also if you're athletic and you work out a lot or dance or something, I think this cup will work for you because it's foam. If you don't like foam cups, I would say maybe try it anyway. Especially in the small size, just because the rim is soft and it's really like the cup doesn't feel like it's putting pressure on my bladder. If you're sensitive to grip rings, these don't seem too bad to me. Like this direction, you can barely even hear them, so I don't think they're too prominent. But they are there. I will say, just to quickly mention the size, the large size. I did try it and I ended up destashing it. The large size is obviously it's bigger, it's longer, it's wider. I think this small could fit inside of it. I was really hoping that cup would work for me because it's kind of just long enough, just at the kind of maximum length I can fit, which is I think it's just under 51 millimeters long. The length wasn't a problem. I could fit it in, but because the cup sat so low and it was so wide, for me it honestly felt like it was kind of holding my vagina open in an uncomfortable way. I tried more than once and I just could never get it, can never be comfortable with it. So if you're sensitive to grip rings and you have a low cervix, I wouldn't recommend the size 2, the large size I should say. But I have had no trouble with the Lena small. If I have to travel and I can only take one cup, or I'm like just not sure if my period is gonna start and I don't want to take a bunch of stuff with me, this is the cup I would take. This is the cup I have taken just because this works at any stage of my cycle. It is always easy to insert, easy to remove, and it's one of those ones I can handle without running water, because the holes, they're not like the biggest holes I've ever seen, but they're big enough to clean without running water. So I usually just kind of curve it back. That's not showing very well, but it's easy enough to kind of, I just bend the cup back over the hole and then wipe it clean if I need to. So I really like the Lena cup. I highly recommend it. It's a really, just, you can, if you've tried many cups, you can see that this one is like really thoughtfully designed. It kind of just hits on so many important points in terms of just like comfort and fit. So, and the price is, I think the price is just really good. So I would recommend trying the Lena cup, particularly Lena cup small. I think even if you have a heavy flow, you'd be surprised at how well that one will work for you. Just because it has the extra capacity because of the flare in the base. That's all I have to say. Only good things. Highly recommend it. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any additional questions, and thanks for watching. Bye.